this is probably going to be a controversial statement, but this is just something I've learned too much from personal experience. I don't think that people that have drastically different diets and dietary restrictions can work as a couple. And I'm not saying it can never work, but generally speaking, I don't think it's a good idea to get involved with people that have dramatically different like diets and dietary restrictions. And when I say diet, I'm not talking about like a diet fad. I'm talking about like the diet as in like the types of food that you eat. In the extreme case, like with Pam being a vegan, like talking about vegans and stuff, if you're vegan because of, you know, your moral stance on animals and things like that, like your choice, no judgment. And I appreciate people that are vegan or have that moral stance or something and don't push that on other people. Like, I think that's good, and everyone's got to make their own decision about that morally. But I can't imagine being in a relationship with someone that didn't have the same moral stance on things that I did. And I'm not vegan, so like that's not my moral stance. But I can't imagine either, like, say being vegan and believing that not eating vegan is morally wrong, but then you get into a romantic relationship with someone that is doing the thing that you think is morally wrong. I also can't imagine like, not being vegan, getting into a relationship with somebody who was vegan and believed that eating animals was morally wrong. So I'm like, I'm in a relationship now with someone who believes that something that I do is morally wrong. It feels weird to me. Like, I don't know how people can do that. And I'm not saying when you're in a relationship you have to agree on everything or that you have to have the exact same stance on everything, because not likely you're gonna find another human being that thinks the exact same way on every issue as you do. But that said, if you really have a strong enough moral stance on something to completely change your lifestyle, I find it hard to fathom how you could get into a serious romantic relationship with somebody who didn't have that same moral stance and then sit and watch that person do something that you yourself don't think is moral.